don't sing yet. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is my last official announcement before I clock off for the evening. No wedding, of course, is complete without the requisite speeches. And we kick off with the father of the bride, Dave Mark.
Good evening. This is going to be short and sweet, don't worry about it, because there's going to be a couple of excellent speeches following on. So the first thing is for those that don't know me, I'm Dave, and the very, very proud father of this gorgeous woman sitting next to me. And funnily enough, what she was worried about most was me standing right now about to make this speech. So I'm doing a bit of an ad-lib thing. I've got some notes, but the main thing is her being worried about exactly what's going to go on and what I'd say about her. And I think it's traditional that the father knocks the hell out of the daughters. The reason being is they've given me a hell of a time. So I'll say the thing about the sweating, the perspiring, and the glowing. I like a horse sweats, the man perspires, and the lady glows. So at this point in time, she can just keep glowing in her beautiful way, because I'll just leave it to the dance floor to say anything nasty. But I'd like to welcome you all here and hope you enjoyed the day and the surroundings, etc. A lot of you have come from all over the UK, I know, and on the table over there's our family that are in the States. So welcome all of you across here. So, let's get on to a little bit more here. I'm just wasting time here, actually. I'm that build-up guy for the real guys, you know what I mean? So, one thing I wanted to say is, thankfully, being the father and that and my other daughter here, Sheena, that both daughters, beautiful, intelligent women, and I really mean that from the bottom of my heart. And I'm glad that they took all this from their beautiful mother. Because if any of it come part of my end of it, I don't know what she would look like sitting there. Talking about my friend, actually, I was going to say my new son-in-law, but I've known Rich for a number of years now, and I said to him earlier today, I said, I don't treat you as a son-in-law now, he's actually a friend, rather than a son-in-law, okay? And when we go out with Kareen and Nadia and the family, and Rich, and my new family, is we all have a good time, and it's friends. So that's the main thing I want to say. The other thing about Rich was when he called me up. I was driving back from work at the time, and the phone went. And me being a very safe guy, not like most of the people in here probably use their mobile phones when they're driving, I just held on. And Nadia was with me, funnily enough, at the time when we were coming back. And I waited till I got to the house, and I parked the car, and then I went to look. Rich's number. And I went, I think I know what's coming here. And so, when I called Rich back, he said, I said, hello Rich, how are you? And if he remembers right, I actually think I said to you, I think I know what you can ask for. And he did. He turned around and asked, Dave, could I have Kareen's hand? And without any ado, I just said, hell yeah. I said, no problem at all. I did talk to my girls when they were younger, in their teens, coming up into their 20s, and they'll nod their heads on this, is where I said, I've bought these extendable ladders, big ladders, right? And whenever your boyfriends come around, show them which window is your bedroom, tell them where the ladders are, and then, if you want, elope. It's a hell of a lot cheaper. Unfortunately, the ladders are still, funnily enough, in Ray Morton's garage. Hey, Ray. So, anyway, so I'm just leaving it half like this. One part, it says here, it's tradition to say something to my friend, which is my son-in-law. Advice on helping to survive, etc. But the one, I think it was to do with the honeymoon, or the mini-moon, which you're doing next week. And it says, if you're not sure about it, let me explain. This is the time in your marriage between I do and you bloody better. Second, I believe the words, yes, yes, darling, of course you could buy it. I think that'll come more to the fore as you go on, to make your life easier. And the other thing is, being in a house full of women for over 30 years, 3 women, I don't know how I got into the speech so long, because I never had a choice to speak in my own house. For all us guys out there. And even if I did say something, they never bloody listened. So as I said, I'm going to keep it short. I'm going to pass on the speeches to my new friend and son-in-law, Rich, and then Dave at the end. But I was just told, unfortunately, because the party has gone on a bit longer than it should have, they've actually had to cut Dave's speech out. So anyway, for further ado, I would like to have you all upstanding and raise your glasses to the bride and groom. And that is to Mrs. Kareen Rust and Mr. Rich Rust. God bless you. There we go.
Dave, thank you very much for that. Ladies and gentlemen, I was a bit worried I may not be able to follow Dave with the accent. It's the only bad thing I say about Dave. That was a lovely speech, thank you very much, Dave. You went very light on me, so thank you. I have 300 pages front and back, ladies and gentlemen. The good news is the bride has quite an extensive time on me for the sweepstakes, so I'll take my time. No, I'll try and rattle through it. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, guests of no particular distinction, Dave, Bruce, anyone else who may have wandered in. My wife and I. My sincere thanks to all of you for being here. Isn't that weird? A particular thank you, as Dave said, to those that travelled down from Scotland and from America. It'd be remiss of me not to mention my own family who made the effort from glamorous locations such as Essex and Cambridgeshire. Though not as far, their presence here is known as great, so thank you all. And on a serious note for a moment, if I may, unfortunately for various reasons, many of the people we love can't be with us today, and though they're not here with us in body or actually here physically, they are here with us in spirit, and we'd like to, if I may, ask you all to raise a glass for absent friends and family. Okay, Now, there are a number of toasts through my speech, primarily to ensure that you pretty much forget all of Dave's, which is coming up next. So I will begin with a few formal thank yous. I am, if you will, the sandwich filler of speeches. On the one hand, Dave's impassioned, heartfelt speech, and on the other, my best man's. Now, at this point, I'd like to point out, Dave works in children's television. If the last year has taught us anything, ladies and gentlemen, it's that those that produce children's television usually end up in jail. My only request is please bear that in mind. I'd like to start the formal thank yous. First of all, a huge thank you to John Trevor, our celebrant. You gave a truly fantastic ceremony, John. Thank you so much. And also thank you for being very nice about our fairly liberal approach to deadlines when it came to getting the info for the wedding. We did, of course, for anyone wondering, officially have to register our marriage. The Humanist wedding in the UK requires that as well. So we did that at the slightly less glamorous location of the Hatfield Registry Office. I would like to thank our beautiful bridesmaids. Sheena, Dorothy, Victoria. You look amazing. I was going to thank you, ladies, for getting Karine here on time. I think perhaps I'll leave her. And though Karine's beauty, I think you'll agree, ladies and gentlemen, is entirely natural, it's fair to say that she did have some additional help today in making her look just as splendid as she was. A particular thank you to Elizabeth for making Karine's wonderful dress. What I really enjoyed during the process, and at the end actually in particular, was that between Elizabeth, Karine and Sheena, they managed to pack the box so well that British Airways felt compelled to give the dress its own seat on the flight from Glasgow to London. Yeah, good effort, ladies, thank you. Dave and Nadia. I would like to take a moment to thank Dave and Nadia. I have many things to thank them for, not least for creating my beautiful wife, and for, accepting me as the son they never wanted. And I know it's expected to say nice things of the bride's parents, but in truth, I couldn't have asked for a more wonderful family to be part of. And I know that to Karine, family is everything, and Nadia, Dave and Sheena are incredibly important to her, as are all of you, and it's great to be part of it. And thank you as well for helping to make today happen. It's fair to say that your support has been immeasurable, and without you, quite literally, today would not have happened, so thank you very much. Thank you as well to my family, who I have to say are also pretty awesome in their various guises. To my mum for your ongoing support, to my dad for your help and continuous guidance on all things, especially marriage. To both sets of grandparents, to my grandma and granddad, and to Karine's gran, it's lovely to have you here today. Thank you all for your ongoing support. To both of my uncles, Chris for making his impromptu speech earlier, Phil for not making one, and my groomsmen. Ladies and gentlemen, my two groomsmen today, Dave and Luke. Despite my fear for what Dave will soon unleash, I do need to say some sincere thank yous to both him and Luke in our show. Dave's been a friend since school. I'm sure he'll go into the brief skirmish we had when we first met in a bit. But it's possible I might return the favour after your speech. Dave is also my first business partner. I'm not sure if he's going to mention it today, but I won't get into specifics other than to say our business served the sole purpose of providing carb-heavy snacks and lunches during our sixth form college years. It's pretty successful. And on a semi-serious note, Dave has been a truly incredible friend to me, not just me, but to Karine as well. He introduced us. I have to thank him for that. Thank you, Dave. But when it comes to arranging stag do's, being at the end of the phone to give any kind of guidance on all kinds of things that I won't repeat because men should never have those conversations. He's been awesome. Thank you for the whiskey last night. And for trying to get me into the jacuzzi this morning. Thank you for being part of today. To Luke, ladies and gentlemen, my usher, where are you, Luke? Luke has been a long-term friend since university. He and I spent hours together playing Mario Kart and talking about girls. Pre-Kareem, obviously. Though, actually I have to say this, Luke did phone me 3 days ago and say, Rusty, have you booked my hotel room? I'm sure you said you were going to. So I'm slightly worried about how seriously he took his role today. I will forgive him though, ladies and gentlemen. He's about to move to Canada to live with his girlfriend, and though very sad that he'll be on the other side of the world, delighted he could be here today. And I'd ask you all to please give him a quick round of applause for leaving us. So that's other thank yous. Before I talk about Kareem, I would like to shout some presents, if I may, comedy style. First of all, we have some flowers, which my beautiful assistant's about to distribute. For Elizabeth. Elizabeth. Hoping he'll be knackered, so he won't want to make a speech. No. For you? Oh, wow. For our dads, Dave. Dad. And Dave and Luke, I have one for you.
Is it cufflinks you can't wear?
It's cufflinks you can't wear. My only request is please get a shirt with cufflinks. They arrive. Oh, we didn't get a shirt with cufflinks. So these engraved cufflinks are of literally no use to you. Thanks very much. Ladies and gentlemen, if I may, I'm going to take a couple of moments to talk about a subject I could gladly speak about for hours. Kareem, my wife. As you've been told today, ladies and gentlemen, Kareem and I met on a chance weekend visit to Glasgow nearly 6 years ago. And though it sounds dramatic, it's fair to say that that day literally changed my life. Because 10 months later I moved to Scotland, where I soon discovered it rains a lot. Dave, I think, foresaw a potential opportunity to matchmake two of his friends, and I'm sure he'll bang on about how he orchestrated it. And the truth is, this was probably the hardest part of my speech to write. Not because I didn't know what to write, simply I had to take lots out, because there's lots I could say. So I'm gonna list a few things. At the centre of Kareem's world, ladies and gentlemen, is her wonderful family, as I've mentioned. You are to her the most important thing in her world. With that comes her immeasurable selflessness. Kareem always, without exceptions, puts others first. She's the last person to tell you about her achievements, and often when she meets people, she won't mention herself at all. It's a truly endearing quality, something that I'm trying to learn from. What makes it more special is that she's fantastic at pretty much anything she turns her hand to, so she has plenty to shout about. She has the most expressionful face, which isn't a word by the way, on the planet. She can't hide her emotions, which I find brilliant. She might try to, but it's impossible. Her face gives it away in seconds, as her close friends will all attest. She's somewhat of a feeder, ladies and gentlemen. Literally, last week I said, Kareem, right, I'm going to have a week of binge starvation pre the wedding, and she went, do you want some cake? Literally, her competitiveness. You get on a sporting situation, and she'll nail you pretty much every single time. I had the pleasure of taking Kareem skydiving, something I've been trying to get her to do for years last year. And most people are pretty scared in that situation. Kareem, however, was trying to hang out on the plane, look outside, much to the fear of her instructor and to me on the way up. It's fair to say she takes to things pretty naturally. More than any of those things, though, ladies and gentlemen, Corinne is my best friend. She's the person I most want to hang out with, to try new things with, and more importantly, to grow old with. Her smile is enough to brighten any situation. Her laugh is truly infectious. Her dance moves legendary. Though as you'll see later, I'm not really in a position to judge. She's beautiful in pretty much every single sense of the word. And ladies and gentlemen, I ask you please be upstanding for Corinne. You're delighted to hear pretty much all from me. I'm not going to stand here and make stale old jokes all afternoon, because that's the job of Dave. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I'll give you my best man, Dave.
Hello, I'm Dave. I'm the best man. It's been my job today to make Rich look slimmer. Strong start, it gets worse. So I came in today with salacious, juicy, and 100% genuine stories about wild nights out, getting thrown out of nightclubs, getting into arguments with bouncers, drunk and aggro with other revellers, partying all night until the sun comes up, waking up in random celebrities' hotel rooms. And then Rich told me my speech wasn't about the bride. I apologise to everyone who expected me to collapse due to drunkenness by now. Sorry if you lost money on the old sweepstakes, what I would have even considered a safe bet. So, here lies my problem, right? Richie is genuinely one of the most decent guys I've ever, the most decent guy I've ever met. There's no dirt on him. He never loses control of himself. I mean, this is a guy who had a sleep strategy on his bloody stag do. So, he was sleeping peacefully when I was staying up in the hotel until I passed out and wet myself in the corner. That's a lie, that's a lie. It happened in the middle of the room. So I thought I'd find some embarrassing photos of him for you to kind of laugh at. But he's looked the same since he's 5. There's a touch more, I don't know, is it man booby? Busty rusty. I literally looked through all his social media pages over the past few years for pictures that would make you laugh. And all I found was photos of his dinner and selfies in business class on British Airways. He doesn't even have an embarrassing nickname. Oh, hang about. Yeah, he does.
Rom-com Rich.
Now, rom-com Rich. If it's not a rom-com, this man does not want to see it. The only exception to this rule is at primary school, before most days, he used to watch Top Gun. So, it's absolutely incredible today, mate, that you've decided to marry a female. Anyway, so for a minute I was worrying what I had to talk about, but luckily there were many people at this wedding willing to offer me a choice anecdote to stitch you up. I mean, to celebrate your life. So here you go. When Rich was 12, he was in the Wivenhoe SAS. They used to go on secret missions in the dark. Now, I'm not quite sure what a picturesque, constable country, middle-class village needs a secret service. Rumour has it his first mission was to find out why the local supermarket stopped selling quinoa. I met Rich when I was 13, and the first thing I did was punch him in the arm over a girl. It's only now upon reflection that I realised how much of a devastating sin I committed, injuring a teenage boy's right wrist. That's my last wanking joke. Sorry. At college we put on comedy and acoustic nights. We got mates to perform for free. We took all the money despite having no talent ourselves. We were like the Paul McCartneys of Colchester. We used to take all the profits to pay for our lunch the next day at the Baker's Oven on Colchester High Street. We literally thought we were high rollers, didn't we? Right? If you want to know how much of a high rolling and classy establishment the Baker's Oven was, it got bought out by Greggs. Rich likes breaking things. He's got a habit of breaking things. In his early 20s, it was young girls' hearts. Don't worry, it's fine, it's all family friendly. He had an interesting technique to woo a lady back then. He wrote a love song called Do You Think of Me and dedicated it to a girl at the time. The only problem is that between Luke, the usher, and me, we'd heard Rich say to 5 different girls it was written specifically for them. And 3 boys. Then, as he grew a bit older, he carried on this breaking spree, and he broke the world record for the most jobs ever done by one man. He's had more jobs than I've got freckles. He doesn't just look at the job adverts in the papers. He goes, yeah, but guys, what's everyone else going to do? Like, come on. His CV's so big, NASA satellites pick it up from Mars. And that CV includes the one day he worked for Tesco. Turns out potato stacking wasn't for Rich. And the final thing he likes to break is speed limits in France. He got caught by police doing 170 kilometres per hour. So fast Lewis Hamilton had sleepless nights over losing his place at Mercedes. 170. Incidentally, a kilometre for every job he's had and every ex-girlfriend. Which is why I'm absolutely delighted that he's found the incredible love of his life in the gorgeous Corinne. He looks absolutely brilliant today. Beautiful. You never expected this. I'm proud to say I introduced Rich and Corinne. I know what you're thinking, I'm just like Scylla, rest her soul. We're both ginger and northern, although she had smaller breasts. Randomly, when they met, and this is a true story, Corinne asked for my permission to kiss Rich, do you remember? To which I coolly replied, yes, fine! They've got 3 nests on me! Yeah. Nerd. And the rest is history. I just want to say, Richie, that I'm beyond delighted for you today. I mean, someone's willing to marry you. He looked at me like I was getting serious there. Hey, no seriousness, mate. You're my best friend, my rock, my go-to mate. You're witty, immensely charming, fiercely ambitious. You're not the greatest dancer. But you're the most loyal person I know. Someone who has time for everyone. You have exceptional advice for everyone, no matter what the subject and no matter what the time. And if I hadn't had you every step of the way through my life, mate, I'd be a lesser person now. Promise myself I wouldn't cry. You're an amazing man, and I can't tell you how ecstatic I am that you married Corinne, who, apart from my fiancée and my mum, is my favourite girl in the world. So, I'd like to propose a toast and wish you to all the luck and love for your move to Dubai. Everyone be outstanding. To Rich and Corinne. Right, just one more thing though, mate. I thought I'd celebrate our you can sit down. Seriously. I thought I'd celebrate our favourite music past with a little song that I call an ode to Rich and Corinne. It's to the tune of It Must Be Love by Madness. Purely on the basis that if you'd have told me, anyone had told me that Rich would get married 10 years ago, I'd have said, that's madness. So, we've got Luke the Usher doing a blinder over there.
No, I'm really doing it, aren't
What could possibly go wrong?
I?
Do you know the password?
Is it turned up?
It's hard to type all that.
A cappella?
Go for it.
Here we go.
We met back in secondary school. We were so young and quite dumb. Told you I had no talent. I only hung out with you, Richie, because I fancy your mum. and now you were married. Such a wonderful day. Though I've spent the last 20 years hoping you were gay. But it must be love, love, love. It must be love, love, love. Nothing more, nothing less. Rich and Karina the bear. I introduced you to Corinne, and you knew she was the one. Yeah. She's a Scottish legend. You jump out of planes and call it fun. And now you're together, you'll live life to the max. I hope you have a great time in Dubai, avoiding all that tax. It must be love, love, love. Everybody! It must be love, love, love. Nothing more, nothing less. Rich and Karina the best. So Rich and Karina, everybody. Would you believe that was rehearsed? I've got no law.
I promise I haven't got any more to say, except that we now have an hour of relaxation / check-in time until the evening festivities begin. So, that's it.